in all of dirt late model racing is the Gateway Dirt Nationals in December. That's the indoor event at the Dome in America Center in St. Louis. And when promoter Cody Summer announced that event about 5 years ago, he was asked a very simple question. Why here? Why this dome? And one of his answers was also very simple. He said St. Louis is the perfect spot for a major dirt late model event. And as history has proven out, not only was he right about that, but short track fans of all kinds, asphalt, drag racing, dirt track for decades, would likely agree. Tonight, we venture into that St. Louis, Missouri hotspot as Castrol's FloRacing Night in America hits one of my favorite tracks in the entire United States of America. Just a stone's throw, literally maybe a little more than a stone's throw, Derek.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, unless you're a freak.
From the St. Louis Arch in Pontoon Beach, Illinois, it is Tri-City Speedway tonight. I am Michael Rigsby inside the FloRacing Studios here in Bloomington, Illinois. About 2 hours, Derek, from Tri-City Speedway as the crow flies. You know, and I say this all the time, Florence, Kentucky is the geographic center of the dirt late model world, but I'm not sure there is a more concentrated area of hardcore dirt late model and just dirt track people on the planet anywhere than right there in St. Louis, Suave.
Let's soak it in. We're finally in Illinois, the land of Lincoln, the de facto home, I always say, of super late model racing. And is it Pontoon Beach or Granite City? It's like Eldora. Where's it located? It has so many. Yeah, I know. But our website has Granite City, Rigsy. But honestly, I think this track is the Illinois Specials home track. I feel like Tammy and Kevin was the first track to have multiple sanctions, multiple big shows.
True.
I feel like it kind of had a stepping stone for Farmer City and Fairbury. They always had big crowds to draw from the St. Louis area. Along with Tri-City, you have Belle Claire, Highland, Fayette County, I-55. It is definitely the hotbed of racing. Every time there's a special in that area, it feels like it's a record-setting crowd. I know this is a Tuesday, but yeah, no one knows more than late model racing besides maybe Central Illinois than the St. Louis area.
You know, you mentioned Kevin and Tammy Gundaker. They've really gone, and trust me, above and beyond for this event. Ben Shelton and Turn and the rest of our production crew have been down there for about 24 hours. And they just are raved about all the Gundakers have done to make this event really special. Derek, take a look at this flag that Tammy had made. Now, you guys know normally I'm not a four-wide guy, right? I don't want to do the four-wide salute. We don't do them on our mini-series here, but I did find out tonight, Suave, these flags will be carried by every single driver during the four-wide salute. Kevin and Tammy did that out of their own pocket for us, along with trophies and tank tops for the trophy girls. Kevin and Tammy.
I want a tank top.
Well,
I don't know if XL, though.
Does America really want to see you tonight in a tank?
I think so. But, yeah, those look awesome.
It's just those guys go above and beyond, Suave.
Well, yeah, and then I see Ben Shelton posting they got lunch from the guys. We've been going there 100 times, Riggsy. They just show up. Hey, here you guys go. Here's some food. But, yeah, Tammy and Kevin, one of our great friends. Yeah. In all of late model racing, so I'm glad they got to have a race here. We've been going there for a long, long time.
Tri-City does have such a special place in my heart, just like Brownstown did a couple of weeks ago. Kevin and Tammy have treated me, not just this week, but incredibly well over the years. I was actually living in St. Louis with the in-laws, Derek, when I started.
Oh, everybody loves living with the in-laws.
DirtOnDirt.com back in the day, and I was averaging 5 or 6 trips a year from 2007 to 2010 to Tri-City. If you've been there as much as you've been anywhere in your career, not counting like the Eldoras and East Bays where you go a ton, the one-off nights, Tri-City's got to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, I would always go there 3 to 4 times a year. Lucas Oil, the Mars Series, Summer Nationals, into the Mod Mania now. It's just since 2012, since I started working at Dirt on Dirt, it would always be 4 to 5 times a year. Funny note, though, I always think Tri-City's in Missouri because it's next to St. Louis, and you know how we don't like those Cardinals and stuff like that. But it's not. So another track we can add into Illinois. We can call it ours. But yeah, Tri-City has always had a great field. You always get the Moyers from Arkansas and the Tony Jacksons of Missouri. You get the Illinois Fast Boys. So it's always a great area to draw in a decent amount of race cars.
We have another glorious two-class program on tap tonight. Late models and modifieds. 27 late models, which has been about our average. Only 22 mods tonight, but that field is really good as well. We will begin right around 30 cars. Like I said, 27 and 22 in both. The order of events look like this. Pre-race show, which you're watching now. Super late model hot laps, followed by mod hot lap and qualifying, Derek. The only way to do it, combine the two. Opening ceremonies, Late model and mod heats. There's 3 late model heats tonight. Late model and mod Bs. Actually, no mod Bs, Derek.
Shoot.
Scratch that. Dang it.
Darn it.
Dang it. No mod
Insert
Bs.
Drake GIF.
1 super late model B, and then the late model feature and the modified feature after that. Our driver roster, again, it's 27 tonight. Woo! It is stacked and packed. Kyle Larson rolls that. You know, he's really going to get you one of these days.
I know. I love him.
Kyle Larson rolls that 6 Rumley ride in there. JD, Jimmy, Shepard, Pearson, KB, Kyle Bronson, Mike Marlar, Billy Moyer Jr. Don't go to page 2 yet, Kane. Tanner English and Bobby Pierce. Derek, that top 10, of course, it is buoyed by the Show Me 100, which begins 48 hours from now. We'll talk about that a little later for the Lucas Oil boys. That is a stacked and packed top 10 right there.
It's okay. It's decent, you know. Yeah, you got guys, like you said, going to the Show Me 100. You have also Lucas Oil guys who are headed that way that will be racing there in July. So maybe a little test and tune for them. And it's like a $10,000 test and tune possibly. So.
And Tri-City is one of those places guys test and tune anyway, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the track
I swear every time I go there after a race of Summer Nationals, there's always 2 or 3 guys testing no matter what. Yeah, Bobby Pierce, he's always up on the cushion, hitting that concrete there, which by the way, I think they have the best looking walls in all dirt late model racing. It's got that nice little gray concrete look to it, and the fence is big. So I like there when they're ripping it off, ripping in the cushion there.
It does not end with Bobby. Other notable drivers in attendance: Chris Simpson, Shannon Babb, Ryan King, TJ, Tony Jackson, your boy, Derek, Rick Eckert in the house.
Scrub.
Tonight. Kent Robinson, Darren Klein, of course, in that XR1, the local boy looking to make some hay tonight. Reed Millard. And I always love how our marketing team does, and many more. I love that at the end, Derek. Page 2 here, some guys that could make a difference.
You know
Darren Klein, I know you'll have an eye on.
Yes, he might be one of my picks later, but you know who desperately needs a great run is Shannon Babb.
Yes.
Tri-City is a track where he's hot or cold at, just depending. That's kind of what he's been like here the last, 2021 season. He needs a big run here. And Chris Simpson, he won a Summer Nationals race there in 2013, I believe, maybe 14.
Is that right? Man.
Yeah, way back when. So, he's always that type of racetrack when he gets dry slick at Tri-City that he can maybe make some noise.
I kind of see and this is one of those nights too where Kent Robinson just he starts.
It's his birthday, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, my former boss.
For one day you were fired.
Yes,
he starts 12th in the feature, and all of a sudden you look up and you go, man, K-Rob's 4th. That could happen tonight as well.
For sure.
Derek. Point standings. This is what our top 5 look like as we head into race number 4 for Castrol's FloRacing Night in America. JD on top. A bummer, Derek. 2nd and 3rd not in attendance tonight. Keep in mind though, it's only your best 7 finishes for the series. You get a drop 3. We'll have some news later this week about makeups for a few of the races we've lost. JD, Devin, Tyler, Erb, Mike Marlar, Hudson O'Neill, and Kyle Larson in 5th. No Devin and no Turbo tonight. This really until race 7, Swab. We don't know how this shakes down.
Yeah, I mean, like Esther said, it doesn't really matter until you get to race 7, 8, 9, and 10.
But it's a good-looking graphic, right?
Oh, it's a great-looking graphic. Shout out to Gabby. Yeah, she's the best. So, yeah, JD in a commanding lead right now, and then Kyle Larson, he's missed a race. So if he can get to his 7, I think he'll be right up there with him.
Yeah, that's the thing. And one more time, I want to reiterate, only 7 finishes, your top 7 finishes, and we will get to
So Boom has a chance.
This year. Boom has a chance. He also is on my list for not coming to the race. Bumming me out a little bit. One thing that is a little bit tricky about Tri-City is that the announcing team will be in the infield. You been in this tower before, Derek, in the infield at Tri-City?
I would say a few times. Yeah, actually, Kevin yelled at me one time for bringing in mud before I got to know him.
Yes.
It was like my first year there, so yeah, I've been in there.
We have to be careful that Dustin Jarrett and Ben Shelton don't get dizzy tonight, Derek, because they'll be turning. Let my chair do it. They'll be.
Yeah. I don't know. We might have to ask Ben, has he ever called a race at Tri-City?
I don't know that he has. Well, we'll let him answer that question. Right now, they're not dizzy. They look happy and healthy. It's DJ and Ben who join us now from the Black Dirt Mile. Guys.
Well, thank you, Derek and Mike. As we get tonight to Tri-City Speedway, round 4 of Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett. We're going to do this from Victory Lane tonight. We realized they're giving away some kids' bikes down here, and we said, hey, man, when in Rome, we might as well hop on them. The sad part is almost too big for us. That's the hard part. I do like your My Little Pony bike that you've got going the Hut style, and this one's just my style, and it's got a Summit Racing Equipment bag on it. Dustin, tonight we come to Tri-City, and I feel like the Castrol FloRacing Night in America, we've been in Kansas every race we've gone to because the wind blows 25 miles an hour every night. No different here tonight, but they got this racetrack nice and set up, ready to rock. And as we get set for this show tonight, what have you got your eye on?
A lot of different things. Number one, it's the same story that we've seen really over the course of all of these Castrol FloRacing events, and that is the quality of drivers in the pit area is unbelievable. We've changed a few of the characters, though, out of this a little bit. A couple guys not with us here that have run the first few races, but we've added some guys as well. Jimmy Owens is here. Kyle Bronson is here. Shannon Babb is in the pit area. Earl Pearson Jr. is here. You mix those guys in with some of the regional guys like the Jeff Herzogs and the Rusty Griffaws, and I think we're setting ourselves up for another, as I like to say, eclectic mix of drivers.
Well, we've had 3 different winners in the first 3 events. Of course, we've seen Jonathan Davenport go to victory lane. We've seen Devin Moran. And, of course, Kyle Larson won our last event at Brownstown Speedway 2 weeks ago. Tonight, Larson comes to Tri-City Speedway, and he's been here before. He's won in a sprint car. He's won in a midget. He's never raced a model at Tri-City. That changes here tonight. And I think a big question, can Kyle Larson stay white hot in that late model here at Tri-City?
I don't think there's any question about it. We know how good Kyle Larson is in this race car. I know he's excited to be here. He's going to be one of the odds-on favorites, even though he's never run a late model here. Another driver that's going to be an odds-on favorite here tonight, and he's won in just about everything you can win in here, dating all the way back when he was about 11 or 12 years old, running a great late model here, and that's Oakwood, Illinois' Bobby Pierce. I talked to BP32 in the pit area a little bit earlier. He's really confident coming in tonight, and he thinks he may have something for the 6 car.
Well, Brandon Shepard will be in the B5, and of course, you talk about a host of others. Darren Klein off to a red-hot start to the year. He's going to be Lampley Motorsports number 33. Something not to sleep on here tonight, a star-studded field of modifieds, $1,500 on the line at last count, around 22 drivers, and he very well could rival the late model show here tonight with the talent level in the pit area.
Oh my gosh, I mean, Nick Hoffman, Kenny Wallace, Lucas Lee, it's a who's who of UMP modified drivers, not just from the region, but from beyond as well. There's a lot of nights I might dip after the late model feature. I'm sticking around tonight, aside from the fact that we're down in the infield too.
Well, we're down here in victory lane right now. It is a little bit different. The guys in the studio asked if I'd ever announced a race here. I think in 2011, ironically, last Friday night, the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series was here, being assaulted by the check flag. I announced in the infield back in 2011 with the ASCS Sprint Cars. I haven't been here since 2011. I never announced a race here from the infield.
I did a few of the internet broadcasts back in my Lucas Oil days, back in 07, 08, and 09. So 2009 was the last time I was here as well. The place still looks fantastic, wonderful concession stands, and we got to give a big shout out to Kevin and Tammy Gundaker as well for the awesome hospitality they provided us with here so far.
Well, right now we're getting ready to head up into the air control tower, as I say, here in the infield. We're getting set to go. It's going to be a big show here tonight. Round 4, Castrol FloRacing Night in America. We're just moments away from hot laps. We'll head back to the studio.
Yes. Guys, thank you so much. But Derek, it's windy out there.
Yeah, with those two, how small they are, I'm surprised they haven't got lifted up from the tornado.
Ouch!
Like Dorothy.
Zing! Zing!
Just kidding. I love those guys.
One note, and thank you to Ben and Dustin. We mentioned that Tyler Erb is not racing tonight. One reason he cannot race is that his suspension with World Racing Group is still underway from the incident last August at Cedar Lake. Not every FloRacing Night in America event is a UMP points event tonight, or is a UMP points event, but tonight, Derek, at Tri-City, it is. The Turbo still can't race.
Yeah, he has until about the first weekend in August. That following Monday, he can be reinstated if he pays all his fines. So, not sure. Maybe they'll let him get off early and he can come race a Dream. But yeah, it's not looking too bright for Turbo.
Well, not until hopefully in August.
Yeah, August. I'm saying, but the Dream, he wants to race there Summer Nationals. Like, come on, Turbo. He's a good guy. Come on, WRG. Let my co-host race.
That's another show for another night. We are going to step away for our first set of commercial breaks. On the other side, we will discuss how I'm somehow now down to Derek.
Show me the money.
$50 in our weekly bets. I owe him a crisp $50 bill, which I was going to hand to him tonight, but I'm not sure yet. Maybe we'll wait to see it at the end of the show. Todd Turner is back to discuss his perspective on Tri-City, and he's got an awesome story about the first race he ever saw at the racetrack, which I can't wait to hear. That and much more coming up on Castrol's FloRacing Night in America pre-race show. We'll be back after this.
Dirt Track Fantasy Racing is here with Dirt Draft. With action from the hottest drivers across all major dirt series, put your knowledge to the test with Dirt Draft. Sign up, draft your team, and redeem points for hundreds of different prizes. And for the first time ever, you can be crowned an official series fantasy champion. You can't play all season if you don't play today. To play, just go to dirtdraft.com or download the Dirt Draft app today. Become a fantasy racing champion.
Strength, power, muscle. The car's not bad either. With Castrol Edge, you've got the strength to unlock maximum performance. The muscle car meet, you'll crush it. Castrol Edge in, Garage Swagger on.
Gear up to win with Buzzy Racing. With over 40 years of experience in motorsports and countless victories, Buzzy Racing provides teams with superior drivetrain sales and service. Whether you need assistance with transmissions, gears, axles, brakes, steering, drive shafts, or differentials, we have you covered. Family owned and operated, Buzzy Racing is dedicated to our customers on track success. What are you waiting for? Visit us at buzzyracing.com to learn more.
Honestly, Derek, it's pretty incredible what we've been able to do each week when it comes to these yellow flag bets. The first week, the line was 8.5. The number was 8. The second week, the line was 8.5. The number was 9. The third week, the line was 7.5, and the number was 7. I mean, I know that we're dirt track racing experts, but that is incredibly close each week within a half point. Unfortunately, I lost $50 last week. Let's take a peek at the numbers through 3 races right now. Derek Kessinger up $50 on me right now.
Only going up.
50. Better photo of me, at least, though. I look a little more handsome in that photo. What do you think, Derek?
They just want to go with the original one for me. I mean,
you're still looking good.
I like
up
it.
$50 through 3 races. Our gambling segment is always brought to you by our great friends at Dirt Draft, the official fantasy dirt track racing provider of Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Get to Dirt Draft now and make sure to download the app also. Get there now. Set your lineups. As an added bonus this week, here are Derek and I's Dirt Draft lineups this week, without question.
Wow,
I've got
Larson
and JD, and under no circumstance should I lose this week. Larson, JD, Chris Simpson,
I'm
K-Rob,
hoping for
TJ,
2020 magic from Sheppy and Owens.
Sheppy, Owens, Bronson, Simpson, and K-Rob. Don't forget Dirt Draft. It's really fun, Derek. It's like actual salary fantasy sports on Dirt Draft.
Yeah,
you know, it's just that doesn't exist in our sport.
Yeah, and you get great prizes. Maybe have some side bets with the boys. Have a little league action. Yeah. Right now, I'm only at like 8,000. I've been on a little cooling, the opposite of a heater, freezer, so not good.
Get that Dirt Draft app now and set your lineups. Okay, guys, you know the drill by now. There are 5 bets each and every week between Derek and I, fast qualifier, superstar, non-superstar, winner, and, of course, that caution flag
Which
bet.
has been the difference maker all year long.
Difference maker all year. I mentioned that in the open. Just call me Ace, Robert De Niro from Casino. That's how good I am at setting lines.
I am the brother from, what's that movie with? I can't remember.
Rain Man? You're talking about
Rain Man. So there we
you're
go.
Dustin Hoffman
Yes.
from Rain Man. All right, here are the 5 bets this week. Let's start with the qualifying bet, which I cannot believe Derek allowed me to have. Kyle Larson is my fast qualifier. Derek has JD, so that's 1-0 me, Derek, this week, right? Next bet, the superstar bet. An Illinois battle here.
2 stars.
I've got Bobby Pierce. You've got Brandon Shepard. You feeling confident in the B5, who's now he's going to the Show Me this week, too?
Yeah, I mean, B5 looked good at Brownstown. Hasn't raced there a while on the family car. Hasn't raced much at Tri-City here in the recent years. He did race in 2019, finished 4th in the B5, so he's still got that magic. He's always going to be fast.
Honestly, this next bet is other than the caution flag bet, is my favorite one. It is that non-superstar
Look at Trevor.
bet. Look at the mature.
Stud.
I've got the local boy. I mean, they're both local boys, but I've got the ultra local boy, Trevor Gundaker, although I think technically he lives farther away from the race. You get it. His parents own the racetrack.
Yeah.
I've got Trevor Gundaker. You've got Darren Klein. This one will be fun to track all night.
Leading track points, Darren Klein has a few wins in that Lampley car. It was a featured story there by Joshua Joyner. He's looking forward to this weekend. Let's go, baby.
Do you
Come
think
on.
Gordy's going to be upset with me for going with his taller, younger brother than Gordy
I don't.
himself?
Last I knew, Gordy has one. He did win one, I think, since we did a Summer Nationals minute there last year.
What
But
did I say to you? I go, should I go Gordy or Trevor? And you go, Trevor.
I mean, Robert was right. The crew guy. Let's just see. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one, I think, with those two picks.
The vaunted yellow flag bet. The line bumps back up to 8.5 this week. Now, there is only 3 heats, but, man, Tri-City, Derek, some stuff can happen, especially after turn 4 at Tri-City.
I don't know. I'm not liking this one. I got to get hot somewhere else. Got to get hot somewhere else.
I've got the under 8.5. Derek has the over. And for the winner, you can't pick anybody twice during the segment. I have Jonathan Davenport. Derek has Kyle
It made
Larson.
me sick to say that I picked him. I'm just kidding. I love you, Larson. You know that.
You keep saying you love him. I'm not sure you do love him.
Kyle Larson's the main. He's one of the nicest guys in the pit area. I just like giving shit to people out there.
Let's see
we
if
can
I
have a little battle.
Dig out of my hole here tonight. I'm a little rattled by finishing 2 at 3 at Brownstown, but we're back at another home turf track for me tonight. We're going to take another quick commercial break for Castrol and some other partners. Back with Todd Turner after this short set from our sponsors.
Strength, power, muscle. The car's not bad either. With Castrol Edge, you've got the strength to unlock maximum performance. The muscle car meet, you'll crush it. Castrol Edge in, Garage Swagger on.
I asked Todd Turner, how many times do you think you've been to Tri-City in your life? And he said about 20, but what really stuck out to me was him recalling his first ever visit to the racetrack. He can mention that right off the bat if he wants to, but I'm chomping at the bit to hear it again, I have to be honest. But Todd, I say Tri-City Speedway to you, and you say what?
I'm glad it's the size it is now than it was before. You know, for you youngsters, you haven't gone back to the track back when it was a big ribbon half mile, and it seemed like it was very narrow and very long, so long that it seemed like turn 2 was actually coming through the gateway arch as it came back around to the backstretch there. And it's funny who one of the best drivers there was Kevin Gundaker, who's the guy that is behind shortening the thing. So I think he made the right decision. That first race I saw there, it was a Busch All-Star race. And they used to go there a lot, but this before UMP really would race there. And Steve Kaczynski, no surprise, ran out of gas. I mean, the thing, you know, how much gas do you need to go around that thing 50 times? And his brother Joe won, so they kept it in the family. But yeah, I like the smaller version for sure.
I always call Florence, I say this all the time, it's the geographic epicenter of late model racing in the world. But I think St. Louis can make the case as one of the great hubs of our sport. And I'm, of course, grouping Tri-City, I-55, Highland, Fayette County, all those, Godfrey used to be there, all those tracks. It really is, if you're a dirt track fan, it's hard to beat St. Louis, isn't it, as a home base?
Yeah, I think you're right on with what you said about the Gateway before. That was a kind of a melting pot for those guys there, and not far away for a lot of other guys to come. The I-55 and Highland have joined this year for the Bi-State Late Model Series. So instead of competing against each other on Saturday nights, they're running where those guys all run at one place or the other. And they've already had 51 cars compete on that little mini series, which shows it's a healthy area there. Now, I know for you Central Illinois guys, you're a little bit biased against a bunch down there. I don't want to mention any names or concerns about the dirt car points, but just throwing that out there.
Derek, I think he's talking to us, but I'll let you ask them.
That's fine. You mentioned one of the first times you went there, but one of the last times you went there was in 2019 when we had a little scuffle with Turbo and Bronson, and then all of a sudden we had this breaking news with Shirley and Tanner English. So will we have fireworks like that tonight? I know it's only a Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure the last one was a Tuesday also.
Yeah, it seems like there's always something the last couple of years we went there. The Bronson Herb thing was good because, some guys are always like, well, I'll get him back. Well, Bronson literally got him back on pretty much the last lap.
That was a Tuesday night also, Todd. That was a Tuesday also.
Yeah. It was quite a last lap there.
Todd, I know there's some cars on the racetrack, and I wanted to get a few news, notes, and nuggets for you before we throw it out to hot laps.
Well, think about, I know y'all talked about Davenport as one of the guys to watch. He hadn't won there in a Lucas Oil event. He led most of that one in 2016 and had brake problems, and Bloomquist overtook him. So, could he break through and win a 5-figure race there? Tony Jackson's a guy who it seems like is always fast there, especially early in the night. Now, he's got a couple $2,000 to win races there the last couple of seasons, but he's still trying to get over that last lap loss to Herb, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago in the Summer Nationals.
Todd, I appreciate it, as always. Thank you, and we'll see if Joe Koziski rolls out in hot laps here, okay?
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Derek, real quick, I know cars are on the track before hot laps. A couple things from me. Kevin Gundaker said, yes, it's been windy, but I do believe we have enough water in this racetrack, and I will keep working it all night. We have a little bit on the radar right now, a little bit of rain out there, so let's keep an eye on that all night long. Drivers from 12 states tonight, Derek, competing 27 total drivers, 12 states, which is impressive. And that turn 4 wall at Tri-City, guys are going to tag it coming off turn 4. I'll be interested to see who hits it. Final thoughts before we
My final thought is Illinois boys, I talk you guys up a whole bunch. Kyle Larson's there. Defend our home turf. This isn't the peanut leagues like in the PA and Indiana, like the races he's won. So Pierce, Babb, Shepard, the local guys in St. Louis, just put on a show and kick some ass. That's all I got. That's all I asked for. It's really simple. Stop the best driver ever.
Dan Stone's about 6'5", 280 from PA. He's going to whoop your butt.
That's
it for this week's pre-race show from our Bloomington headquarters. Thank you to Castrol and Dirt Draft, of course, for making the pre-race show happen. Hot laps are rolling on to the Black Dirt Oval now in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Derek and I will be back, of course, throughout the night. Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett are coming to you live now from Tri-City Speedway. Enjoy the night, guys. one of, Derek, we talked about it, the trickiest things. I'm not used to coming back this fast about Tri-City is that infield announcing tower. You never know what audio gremlins it's going to throw you. We're having a few audio gremlins, so until we get that worked out, Derek, we'll offer a little commentary here on your boy B-Shep on the track. Now, the track, it's been windy, but right now it looks like Kevin's got a decent amount of water in it.
I think we might have a little cushion there. It usually always ends up at the wall. I mean, drivers are going to take this over if it stays smooth, and sometimes we have a rough and tumble there like we saw at the Lucas Oil race. But Tanner English currently #1 in hot laps there to 15.153. Owens is second now. JD and your boy Larson fourth.
Larson's fourth. I'm actually going to pull up the hot lap time to go here. Again, I think looking at it right now, I've seen this thing, and I certainly wouldn't say it's blowing dust. I've seen Tri-City blow dust in a July race during hot laps before. I don't think we're to that point at all. And those overcast skies that are rolling in, we don't want rain from them, but they will help us a little bit here, Derek.
Yeah, keep the sun. Yeah, later in the summer, it doesn't get dark until like 8:30 now, so we'll take the cloudiness, and hopefully we can get this show in. And as you see the cars pulling off the track, Mike Marlar currently fastest right now in hot laps. English, Owens, JD, Larson, but JD and Larson were in the first groups. English was as well.
What you mentioned Darren Klein earlier. He was your underdog pick, your non-superstar pick. He has been, like you said, local points leader right now locally at the track. I kind of was hoping for a few more of those St. Louis area guys to show up tonight, and they didn't. I'm just going to phrase it this way. Could Darren Klein possibly win this race, or is a top 5 for Darren Klein what he's hoping for?
I'll say top 8 is his potential. Top 5, looking at the list right now, there are some heavy hitters. He's been so close at winning $10,000 at Highland. The one year he led half the race and spun out leading. I mean, this guy is due for a win. Getting great equipment. He's feeling very confident. I think he's going to go out and travel more with that race team. But, yeah, Darren Klein is definitely one of the most improved drivers we've seen here in the last couple of years, leading the Tri-City track point as well. And I think he has 3 feature wins.
You see Herzog on the track now. I've always loved the way that 11 car has looked, the way he tilts the 11. There's another local guy that I've seen. I've shot races myself there where he has had just hellaciously good local runs. Derek, I like the black. I think that's pink. My eyes deceive me a little the older I get. Herzog's another guy tonight.
Not John Herzog.
Not John. Not your friend John Herzog.
Yeah, maybe his long-distance cousin.
Is it Jeff or Jeffrey? Is
Jeff.
But maybe it's Jeffrey legally. We don't know. Let's call him Jeffrey tonight.
I don't know, man. Because his grandpa is always up there shooting races at I-55, so I got to know him over the years. He always goes up there during the heat races and feature, maybe showing his grandkid how to go around the track there after hot laps and qualifying. But, yeah, he's always a good local there, and you can see Rusty Griffall on screen there. The Festus Flash, great stories from Camp Motor Speedway that one year.
Oh, man, Rusty Griffall single-handedly saved a Summer Nationals race at Camp Motor Speedway that year. Tony Jackson, Todd mentioned him. He's there. That's Trevor, I believe, on the track right now. Nice shot down the backstretch there, headed into turn 3. Todd talked about Tony Jackson. I'd kind of forgotten about that race with Dennis Erb Jr. 2 or 3 years ago, Derek, where everybody stood up at the finish, and typically you shoot from the grandstands at Tri-City. We're going to lift tonight. You couldn't see, but I'd forgotten about that TJ Dennis Erb Jr. finish a couple years ago. Was that a Summer Nationals?
Yeah, that was Heartbreak City for TJR, and right now he's fastest overall in the hot laps. So, like you said early, I think you mentioned it. No, Todd did, that he mentions that he's always fast early there. So if he gets a good qualifying lap, starts up front in the feature, maybe he can redeem himself and get the big win here tonight.
I like, speaking of K-Rob pulling off the racetrack right now, Shannon Babb just behind him.
Car looks sharp.
I think that's the best-looking car Kent Robinson Jr. has ever had. What do you think?
It's up there. I feel like it's a little retro like he had when he was running the Outlaw days when I first started at Dirt on Dirt. It's got more of that white trim around it, and I think white trim is the best trim you can have on a race car.
Who is it that just put – Lanigan. Lanigan just went back to that white trim we saw it at Brownstown, Derek. That's the best Darrell Lanigan's car has looked in 5 years to me.
I mean, I just said it 5 seconds ago. White trim, baby. Let's go. And right now, struggling right now in hot laps, you got Brandon Shepard 18th, Bobby Pierce 19th, Shannon Babb 16th. So good start, Illinois guys. Great start. Come on.
You give them this pep talk right before we go live from the pre-race show to hot laps.
The highest Illinois guy is Brett McKinnon. So come on, 26.
None of them deliver for you whatsoever.
It's only hot laps.
It is only hot laps, and hot laps don't pay anything. But you'd like to see a little faster times for those guys.
It's early. Qualifying's where they make the money.
It looks like the mod guys are on the track now. Let's throw it back out to the racetrack and listen to a little engine sound from the modified boys. I'm sure Mike Harrison, Derek, and some of those guys are
St. Louis has the best modified hotbed. That's a guaranteed fact.
It is.
Hoffman's from there. I know he's from North Carolina now, but Mike Harrison, Long, Kenny Wall. It's great great drivers out there.
Let's send it back out to the track. Listen to a little engine noise from these UMP open wheel modifieds.